versus KenZy.
And here we go.
Okay, so spawning on the top right position as a yellow Zerg, directly from Chile, this is Babo.
Sorry, my mic was muted. And his opponent in the, I guess, bottom left-hand corner in the green is KenZy. And I think KenZy is from, if I'm not mistaken, he's from France?
Yeah, he
French player.
is from France, exactly. So he is probably the best French players right now. I'm recalling the guy from France called Sarens. I used to practice with him. He was very good Terran from France, but he's not playing anymore, I think.
Yeah, Sarens was really good back in the day. I think I'm trying to remember if I ever watched him play in a tournament, but I know he was on a couple of really good like teams or clans. Like he was on Templars of Twilight for a while.
And if you were in Templars of Twilight, it meant that you were the top player from the.
Oh, you were a big deal, yeah. All the cool kids were on Templars of Twilight, or Media, of course. But you know that was an exclusive Terran-only team for the most part.
Yeah, and then there was like Meteor Makers also joined them. There was also and there was the clan PG Pro Gamers, I think, and it was like also Satanic Blackman and all these Gosu players over there. So there was some epic clans, but I think Templars of Twilight was the most epic one.
Yeah, I guess you can definitely say that. So, yeah, we can actually talk about the game. Keep in mind, KenZy is playing random, so he random Protoss this time. So we get our second PVZ of the day, and it is a gateway expand. I don't know why I usually only see forward fast expands, but when KenZy does a gateway expand, he doesn't play aggressively with the zealots that he makes out of it. So. Just a different way to play, I guess.
Yeah, and like he's also playing it from Zerg perspective, because he is a mainly Zerg, so he understands this matchup very well. So maybe he knows how big of a power this one gateway is, because even if you are not going with this first zealot, then if you will push with first 4 zealots, you are forcing a lot of links, and then Zerg can produce a lot of drones. So maybe this is his plan and this is his style.
Okay, well this time he is exploring with a zealot
Yeah.
in the middle of the map. I'm gonna start using that just to trigger people who want me to say scouting. But yeah, he's finally finding where his opponent is, and man, Babo is going for a 2-minute 50-second third. So really getting that up as quickly as possible, and the zealot is headed across the map to stop it. Maybe. Oh, I thought he clicked down there.
And why he's going only with 1 zealot? I'm wondering. It's
well, you know, as zealots do have 1,000,000 HP, so he'll be okay by himself.
Oh, yeah.
There are only 2 Zerglings in the front to defend. The other 6 or the other 4 are going to come to make 6. But yeah, the zealot's not really going to accomplish a whole lot. He's just going to see the number of Zerglings, see the expo in production, and then probably head back
He will even
home.
scout maybe with the zealot. No, very nice reaction from Babo.
my
He's
goodness.
denying the scouting. That's what he
Yeah,
needed.
he's gonna see 8 lings. Oh my god, he can still get in. Oh my god,
5
so
HP.
close.
I think it would be hero drone.
Oh, hero drone. Well, the drone didn't get the kill, but he helped.
Yeah, he helped. Like, he is the brother of these links right now. They are going for beer after the game. But yeah, he forced 8 links. That's really good. But I think these links will still get a usage, because there will be 4 zealots from KenZy, and I think this will be the timing attack he will want to hit. When he will have a first cannon up, 4 zealots, very, very dangerous rush.
Yeah, it's definitely something you have to defend against, especially if you don't scout your opponent first, right? But this is a 2-player map, so of course you know exactly where they spawn. So Dasher expansion is just getting up and running for KenZy. So he looks pretty solid on that side. See if he wants to, go Stargate this time around or skip that. I see more and more Protoss players skipping it. But but I think it is probably pretty safe to get that just for scouting, because it
Yeah.
is a very scary world for most Protoss players, because they do not know what to expect. And there's a probe down here from KenZy at the bottom right. And I thought for a second he was going to try to cannon rush that, but that's probably not something you wanna go for casually. Just scouting to see that the third is up.
Yeah, but this cannon rush might be interesting. I think it would be scouted with this overload, which is on top of the natural. But if there would be no this overload and he would cannon rush on the cliff, it would be brilliant, I think.
I totally agree, and it's something that you can absolutely do, but it's not really a good idea per se. So there's a control group of Zerglings headed out across the map. I don't think there's any way they bust through 5 Zealots walling the natural, so I think just getting some map control and doing some exploring of their own.
Yeah, but KenZy managed to get probed into Babo base, so he will be able to see that there is Hydra then, the lair is done, the number of drones, and he saw the fourth hatchery from Babo, so that's also very good information for him.
Yeah, waiting to see a 5th hatch. The good old 4-hatch Hydra build, that's what we're going for here. I don't know, but there should be another one in production eventually, in theory. But yeah, it's going to be Hydras at least to start. And he's getting Hydra speed, so yeah, gonna go for it.
Yeah, and I'm interested how this timing affects Protoss, because we are seeing already 7 Zealots. There will be like 8 to 9 on the time where the Hydralisk will start to come, and the economy of Babo is very nice. So I'm wondering if he will force some cannons, or maybe KenZy will be able to defend it on pure Zealots.
Well, you know, it's always weird, especially if you don't know if your opponent is going to go Stargate or not. And obviously he is, and it's only going to be a single Stargate into, it looks like, Templar Tech immediately afterwards. So he's going to have Storm in time to deal with any sort of like mass Hydra push. Obviously after he holds on against the first few that head out across the map. But was there ever a 5th hatchery built? Did I miss that? Or is
Yeah,
this
it's on the bottom right expansion.
Okay,
it's
yeah,
halfway done, so it's not over yet, but yeah, it will be there at least. So it's normal 5-hatch build, pretty healthy economy, 10 drones in the natural of Babo. He's still, I think, droning up, so he made only 4 hit waves just to make this overloads safe against Corsair. And very fast speed for the overloads too.
Yeah, he's got Link speed, Hydra speed, Overlord speed. Everything's moving faster here for Babo. Is it fast enough to save this Overlord? No, the Overlord still goes down. So he's actually maybe even going to lose another one here.
Yeah, he's already super blocked.
Yeah, wow. Okay, he doesn't want to lose these Corsairs. Keeping those alive is very important. But he is being very effective with his harassment and scouting, seeing everything that's going on.
Yeah, the Templar Archives is almost done for KenZy, and he's just adding 2 more gateways. So he was producing Zealots from 2 gateways, but he managed to make 10 of them. So that's pretty big number. Very nice.
10 is huge
timing,
especially when your opponent's going for a big Hydra army, because speed lots run Hydras over. It's not a good matchup, and this is a lot of them. And I don't think that those have been scouted, because he killed the Overlord before a bunch of those Zealots popped out.
And he even skipped the link, which was scouting if the Zealots are moving out. So Babo, I think, don't know that the Zealots are going towards him, but he's making out of Hydralisks right now.
So there's 2 Zealots that just killed the scouting Zergling, which is good, but there's nothing blocking the front door. And there's a bunch of Lings that are about to run in. Babo hid a control group of Zerglings, and there's no block. They're just going to run right through the wall at the front. What?
Brilliant counter
Those Zealots
attack.
need to get fired. There's only 1 cannon. It's going to die instantly, and this is going to be a lot of damage.
Oh, very nice probe pull. He defended it without... Even Zealot survived, so... Yeah, Zealot is having million HP, you were right.
I knew it! Oh, there's a DT there as well, but that should have been much worse. If you run those Zerglings right by into the main, there's just nothing there to defend. Like, what? That'd be a little bit rough. Maybe you snipe these High Templar. It could have gotten so bad. On the other side, the Zealots, the 10 or 11 Zealots didn't actually do anything either, so that was boring.
Yeah, but there will be this, like, another part of this attack, and the question will be if Babo will be able to get lurkers on time before the Zealots plus Storm will come to his base, because pure Hydralisks are not having a very good time against Zealots plus Storms plus High Templars.
Yeah, you're right, especially once those storms kick in. And I think Storm is done, right?
Oh, I was not checking, but yeah, it should be, since he's having 4 of them. Like, it should be done. Oh,
yeah,
so many Hydralisks.
Yeah, oh my god, there's so many Hydras coming out. 12 more in production. This is going to be a gigantic number of Hydralisks. But keep in mind, there's still GT Tech out. High Templar. Oh no, he's going to get one High Templar sniped immediately. And I think there's only enough energy for maybe 3 storms here. So a couple of them do go off. They're decent storms. But look at that, there's a lot of cannons that need to get picked up. Oh, another good storm. I think he has another energy, or enough energy for one more. There it goes. But
very
losing
nice
that
storms.
early High Templar is a big deal.
And he forced him to, like, he built two more Archons, so there are no High Templars anymore. So if Babo is keep producing Hydralisks and he will send more of them to KenZy, he might have a shot over there, because there are only Zealots plus Archon left.
I think that was a pretty big mistake to attack right there. He lost a lot of his Hydras, but you know, one of the biggest advantages that Protoss has is that they can reuse their High Templar and storm over and over again and get a lot of cost effectiveness that way. So when you kill essentially all the High Templar by forcing the rest of them to morph into Archons, that's a really big deal, because now you have 0 Storm as a Protoss player. Does he have any High Templar? He has 1 or 2 in the main gaining energy, but none with Storm.
Yeah, so there will be 2 Storms on the time of a battle only, and a lot of cannons from KenZy. So he likes to, like, Mr. Aaron was telling me that when he was casting with me, that KenZy is that style of a Protoss, that he likes to make a lot of cannons, be secure, and then attack. And
okay,
this is more like a macro Protoss, and we are already seeing that he's adding more gateways, and he's feeling probably very comfortable in playing the longer game over here.
Now, Lurker Aspect is in production, so we are going to have those added onto this army. But still no 4th mining base from Babo, so I think he's just trying to do it on this. I don't know if this attack is really going to work out, because even though I talked about not having very much Storm, he has built a bunch more High Templar in the meantime, and should have 3 or 4 Storms and Archons and Zealots, which are all really good against Hydralisks.
Yeah, but like, he's already switching to the Dragoons, because he understands that the normal way of a, like, evolution of a Zerg is Hydralisks into Lurkers, and there are 12 Lurkers morphing in the middle of the map, and KenZy already switching to the Dragoons, but he will have around 4 of them and a lot of Zealots, and Lurkers are the perfect units which can counter Zealots, so it will be a scary moment for him if Babo will decide to attack, and he will do it correctly with dodging storms.
Yeah, well, let's see. This is about a control group of Lurkers being morphed at the same time. 12 of those, and they're all going to pop out. So this is a huge timing for KenZy. Is he going to be able to use these Lurkers effectively? And can he snipe these observers that are pretty far out in the front?
Yeah, definitely. This is like, there's how many? Only 1 observer. Oh, 2 observers overall from KenZy. So this is definitely sniperable, and there are a lot of overloads over there. Unfortunately, there are no upgrades from Babo, so he's going on. He's playing mass 6 hatch Hydra Lurk. He's just starting first evolution chamber, very late.
Yeah, that's just wow. So both players are going to kind of miss each other. Babo's going to run right through the double ramps into that 3rd base, while meanwhile KenZy is actually kind of out of position. Maybe he can stop some of these reinforcements from coming through with 1/2 of his army, but I think he needs to get them all together. He's going to have to need some really good storms. A lot of the Lurkers actually going down to the cannons when they run up there, so I think this is actually going to work out pretty well for KenZy on the defense. He is losing a lot here at the 3rd base, but if he can crush this army, it's going to be very good.
Yeah, all the cannons are going down. Now the props are dying, but I think all the army from Babo will be cleared, and then KenZy will stay with relatively big army. So that was very good defense by KenZy. But I like this attempt from Babo. This attack, if it would be executed betterly, and I think he might have done much more damage. But still, it was a very nice attempt by him.
Wow, I thought that KenZy was going to be in a lot of trouble when he had his army split up. But he actually won both fights with the smaller halves of his army. And maybe he lost a few probes there, but most of the damage was just him losing all the cannons, which is totally fine. You can rebuild those.
Yeah, this is what he wanted.
Yeah, and Babo lost his entire army, and he doesn't have a 4th base coming up, so... I mean, he's going up to Hive behind this, but I don't know how much longer he can keep holding on. There's a 4th base already up and mining for KenZy, who's just really killing it on his half of the map.
So he's having one more base than a Zerg, so it's never good. And he's upgrading from 2 forges, so he's very comfortable in this game. How many gateways? It's like 5, 6, 7, 8 gateways from him. So on 4 bases he definitely can add some more. But yeah, it will be very, very bad for Babo if he will not decide to go for one more expansion, because Protoss on 4 bases is very powerful, especially on 3 gases.
Yeah, like, how are you going to stop? This means, like, Infinite Storm, Archons, like, whatever you want to get with all that gas. And Mass Hydras without upgrades are not going to do anything against that. He has no upgrades, by the way, like, at all, so...
Yeah.
Babo is on a very low-tech army. I mean, he's got some lurkers, but that's about as high as his tech gets. Oh, and he's going to run them in and lose a few to start things off. This is a gigantic army, huge storms on those lurkers.
Yeah, he damaged 4 lurkers, they're almost dead, and there are still a lot of storms left, and KenZy is moving his army very smartly. Babo with very good army composition, but it is just not enough. Oh, that storm killed immediately 4 lurkers. Oh, that's something.
Wow. Okay, this is I don't know, if you happen to have named yourself like Zasagi, maybe think about the name change on that one. Because KenZy, as a random player, is making it look pretty good, even having enough Zealots to defend against the Zerglings at the front, saving his High Templar by morphing them into an Archon, and I think he's just going to completely crush this army from Babo.
Yeah, and now it's 142 to 556 limit, so it's 3 times more for a Protoss. We are sometimes seeing that Protoss is having some advantage in limit, but it's not that big, usually.
I don't know, like, I mean, Babo is going to try maybe to get a 4th base up, but even still it would be a mineral only, and he needs just like a lot of gas to support this Hive tech, so... I don't know. Yeah, he hasn't even built that 4th base yet, and already KenZy is building a 5th.
Yeah, 5th base and 4th base for Babo. It might start, but it will be mineral only. The only good thing I'm seeing for him is that he is done. Adrenaline upgrade for his links is done, but he's having only +1 close, like melee attack upgrade. So I don't know if it will help him a lot. Like Carpet's upgrade is definitely much better for the links.
Yeah, and his army is entirely ranged units that have no upgrades. So I don't know. There's even arbiters in production here. From KenZy, so he is really committing to this. Great storms again. Lurkers actually get off a lot of damage to the Zealots, but those are kind of expendable. Let's see how many storms are here. I think that's the last storm with this army, so gonna have to run away. KenZy does not want to fight this without observers and storm. He needs to get a lot more of that over here. His army is kind of struggling in that department.
Yeah, Babo, despite losing the first 2 battles, now he was able to deliver this very good attack and very well executed. Yeah. Like, look at lurkers surrounded, and he surrounded army of KenZy with lurkers, and it worked. It looked very, very nice out of him, but look at the limit. It's like 100 limit more for Protoss player. It's just too much.
Yeah, his supply is definitely in KenZy's favor. He does. Oh, he might lose these probes as they Maynard through the battle. This is like being a tourist in France right now. KenZy is kind of playing this one dangerously, but the DTs are going to kill everything if nothing else does, and that's Babo tapping out KenZy, winning game number 1.
Yeah, and very, very confidently, I would call it.
Oh yeah, for sure. He really played that one well. I don't really think there were too many places where he like made mistakes or anything. He left his front door open and let a bunch of lings run in, but they didn't do anything. And he was like wax on, wax off, like defending against every single attack that Babo did. And like Babo was being very aggressive. He was committing to every single attack. And he had no future in mind, no 4th base at all. So weird way to play that, but excellent defensive play there by KenZy, who wins game number 1.
Yeah, and And like looking at the opening from Babo, it looks like he played 4 hatches, fast speed overloads, fast speed hydralisks. So it was like directed to counter the third base from KenZy because he wanted to have speed overloads in case of Dark Templars and a lot of hydralisks just to counter Zealots. But the macro from KenZy was just too good, and he didn't keep up. And then like he had a plan to kill him very quickly. It didn't work. He was doing the best he can, but KenZy was just too good in this game.
Yeah, too good. Congratulations to KenZy for taking game number 1, but it's a best of 3 series and the elimination match, so it's not over yet, and either player could still advance. So I guess let's get into game number 2 and find out. I would say that Pablo is pretty good at playing this aggressive style, but I think KenZy, man, he was just doing really well. But he's playing random. So what happens if he randoms a race that he doesn't feel as confident with? That might not look as good.
Yeah, definitely, and I would like to see his tail run because I heard that he like mastered his 1-1-1 build as a tail run. So if I will see his tail run, I will probably assume that it will be 1-1-1 build. And I think he played against me in Brood War Clan League and he destroyed me 2-0 with his tail run. So yeah. Like,
well, if you say you've mastered 1-1-1, like not even Flash has mastered 1-1-1. He tried to pull that out against Effort and he got slapped. So he said on stream the other day that he stopped playing 1-1-1. He said he couldn't play +1 5-rack style anymore because it hurt his wrist to do it too many times per day. And now he actually said that he stopped playing 1-1-1 a lot because he doesn't think that it's a good build against Zergs now because they got kind of figured out essentially. So he's back theory crafting up a new build for us all to learn. So
maybe we will see 2-2-2 or something like that in the future. Like it might be something like that, like 2 barracks, 2 factories, 2 starports, and 2 starports.
That's a big brain build. It's like, well, you just need 1 more of everything, duh. And then the entire Brood War world is like, oh my god, I can't believe we never thought of that. Flash is so smart. You just build 1 more build.
Yeah, it would be so. It would be so. If it would be so easy, like. We wouldn't have to wait 20 years for that build.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's in the works. But, I mean, let's see. Anything could happen if KenZy does random Terran. So let's get into game number 2 and find out. Yeah,
it's Secret Breaker, and we are going directly to the game number 2. Babo versus KenZy. This is the loser of this match will unfortunately be eliminated from BSL. So I thought that KenZy will play a mind game with Babo, and when Babo will choose a Secret Breaker, he will go for ZVZ, but no, he's going.
I wonder if he picks Protoss versus Zerg. That's what Eon Zerg was telling me, but he did have that one ZVZ, so I don't know. Maybe he just keeps randoming Protoss. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe he is, but. Maybe it's more probable that he's just choosing Protoss because he's having it 3 times in a row. So yeah. Okay, so spawning on the bottom right position as a green Zerg, we are having Mr. Babo.
That's right, and his opponent in the upper right hand corner is the Protoss player KenZy, or the random player KenZy. So cool. We get another chance to see his excellent Protoss versus Zerg style. No 1-1-1 build, sadly enough. Maybe there's like a Protoss 1-1-1 where you go 1 gateway into 1 cybernetics core into one
Stargate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
why don't we call that the 1-1-1 build for Protoss? That's really unfair.
Yeah. Like only Terran is having his 1-1-1 build, so it's like definitely unfair. But probably we are humans and Terrans are humans, so we are favoritizing them a little bit.
Well, I mean, I love how Bisu revolutionizes how to play PvZ, and his build is called the Bisu build. But when Flash makes a build like 1-1-1, they're just like, no, this isn't the Flash build, it's just 1-1-1. It's like you don't get any credit for this or anything, or +1 5-racks or any of these iconic builds. There's very few that are actually named after players, so I think Bisu got a little bit lucky there.
Yeah, okay, but you mean that he found out like this excellent usage of Corsairs plus Dark Templars?
Yeah,
The Bisu build?
Corsair DT was kind of the Bisu build
Yeah.
for a while. And for a while, I think the Zerg win rate was like 56 or 60%, maybe even higher than that. This was back when some of the best Zerg players were playing, so it was a really kind of revolutionary moment. But maybe we'll see another one of those. I don't know. But at least from KenZy, we're seeing a lot of really good builds. And he always likes to start Gateway first and send that first Zealot across to explore. So he's gonna keep doing that this time too.
Yeah, he likes to be in a clinch with his opponent. He likes to be close to his opponent, to see what he's doing, to see his reaction. Probably because he's so experienced player, he's playing Good War from 2004, that he feels very comfortable playing this very, very contacted game.
Well, yeah, 9 Gateway is going to mean that if he wants to be aggressive, there is an opportunity to, but you don't want to overextend, lose all of this, and have 6 Zerglings come across the map and stop you from being able to get that expansion up. So, not going to overcommit, just staying by the bridges and heading back when he knows it is time.
And babo is delaying his third hatch very much, but yeah, he needs to be careful because these 6 links can run by to the main and destroy his probe line.
Yeah, you're right, Zero. I think he had a third hatchery on the way by 2.5 minutes in game
the first
one.
game.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, and so this time it's already 3.5. And there's still no third. So maybe we're just playing 2 base.
Oh, now he's going to take mineral only base. A lot of links from babo actually. Very, very big number. He's producing only links, only on 9 drones overall.
Wow. He's going to try to break through the front door. A lot of these Zealots are very, very low. One of them's going to go down, but there's still 3 Zealots here. And he's still more than capable of blocking the front door, so that attack did nothing.
Yeah, KenZy with very, very good hold. Like, he lost only 1 Zealot, and like the Zealots are having 8 kills, 3 of them. So it's very well done by KenZy, and he forced, like, he didn't force a lot of links, but babo did a lot of links, and now his economy is very, very bad.
Yeah, this is terrible. He had a late third. He has very few drones compared to game number 1, and I mean, that attack didn't do anything. Like, you got to know how much your opponent is going to have to defend, and especially if that cannon had been up, there's no way you break through there. And now there's 4 Zealots going to come across the map, and there's only 6 lings there to defend. 7, I guess. But, whew, I mean, this is going to be really hard.
He's forcing more and more links, and babo would like to produce more drones. He wants to produce drones so badly, and now he have to defend against 5 Zealots. So goodbye drones and welcome links. There, it will be not that easy to defend it. KenZy is also macroing these Zealots very nicely.
Yeah, he's gonna have 5 Zealots here versus almost that many lings. Gonna head back home because he doesn't need to play aggressively. He already forced out a bunch of Zerglings, and that's pretty much victory in and of itself. Yeah, 3 or 4 more sets of lings popping out. None of those are gonna do anything.
And
it's
he's
not
coming home.
In Warcraft 3, if you play Undead, like, a lot of your military units can actually also mine, or, well, they can, get wood for you. And kind of the same thing with Human, where you can take your workers and turn them into army units. So they can do a little bit of both. But you can't do that in StarCraft. Your Zerglings will never be able to chew the minerals and spit them into the Nexus. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, but it would be beautiful, but unfortunately it's not. Like, it's good that they are not changing to do that, but like, in my mind it would be beautiful. Like, if you overmake links, like, just exchange 2 links for 1 drone for free. It would be
if you could do that, Zerg would never lose. The ability to exchange military and economy is so broken. That's why in other RTS games like Age of Empires is a good example. There's a market building that you can build, and you can change one resource into another. And maps in Age of Empires are randomly generated. So sometimes you randomly get a huge amount of one resource and none of another. And so the market kind of balances that out in a lot of ways. But if you could do that in Brood War, you would just say, like, take mineral only bases, convert that to gas, and just have such a huge economy. Like, wow, that would be so broken. And especially if you could change between Zerglings and drones, that would just totally This would be such a terrible game.
You could be going to fake free hatch links, mass links. Protoss would make a lot of cannons and then immediately exchange on the links into the drones and play macro game. But
well, anyway, let's
so many links. It's like 20 links out of him, and he's going only on free hatch Hydralisk. So
yeah, what are we watching here? Like, I have never really seen this before. Obviously, you have to make the best out of your situation. So if you overmake lings, that's tough. You either have to use them for something or just take that L. So the Corsair's going to scout all of this, by the way. Sees the drone count, sees the Hydra count. He's going to know about the economy, and eventually, once that Corsair comes home, he's going to see this big chunk of lings by the bridges.
Yeah, and but it's like very late 9073 build. It's, I think from babo, because it's like 7 drones in the natural, 3 in the mineral only, and like 10 drones mining minerals in the main base. So he's probably trying to bust KenZy, but there are so many zealots. It's 11 zealots already, and 1-0 will be almost done. So it's more zealots than a Hydralisk actually.
And he already has a 3rd cannon almost completed. So good luck with this, Hydra boys. Well, he's gonna have range, obviously, so it's gonna be good enough to try to damage this forge. Now, if he cancels +1, that would be a big deal. So he's got to buy a few seconds here. But I think even without the +1, these zealots are still going to be more than enough to kill all the Hydras. Doesn't want to really fight the lings here. He's taking a fight far away from his cannons, but with +1 finishing up, he's just going to hang on for more than long enough.
Yeah, it was very good exchange for babo, because he was fighting before the +1 for the zealots, but now +1 kicked in. But all the zealots are very hurt.
Yeah, but now they can run back and regen their shields because all these cannons are finishing up, and they bought a little bit of time. You can macro out a few more, and he's got DTs on the way as well here. So let's see if he can hold on to this front. It should be pretty easy to do. I don't know why he started +2 from this forge. It's not going to finish.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe he's. Oh, I thought that he will want to tweak him that he didn't finish +1, so babo would go commit a little bit too forward, but he can click on the zealot and check. So
you can literally just click the zealot.
Yeah. So I thought about it and then but he can click, so it's a stupid idea. Yeah, but yeah.
Okay, well, he picks those off, but there's already DTs out of the map. They're gonna try to sneak by, and oh wow, he's actually going to sneak by the Hydras.
Yeah, 2 Dark Templars, and there are overloads in the natural main base and the mineral only, but there are no units to defend against this Dark Templars, and three Corsairs can easily kill that one overload.
Yeah, and they're gonna go do exactly that. I think there's only like 1 or 2 Hydras back home. They can just snipe this one overlord, and then the DTs just run in and kill everything.
And babo is going with the mine attack right now. It's very close. He's killing all the zealots. Only 4 cannons are left.
Yeah, that's too many. There's going to be a storm, just barely enough energy on this High Templar, but he doesn't even need to storm. The Hydras are just dying to the cannons.
Yeah, and now Dark Templars are killing the natural. There is overload in the main base, but no units to defend it, so he's killing the very low echo of babo very quickly. GG, well played. Very good manner, Mr. Babo. I like it a lot.
Yeah.